Hello, doctor. My name is Piata, so I am going to present the IPsec VPN solution for GNT Express. So this is our presentation tool.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Ali bin Muhammad Jadi. For this session, we're going to talk about company profile. Our company name is Easy Tunnel Card Solutions. Our type of company, independent network security consultancy. Our founder and CEO is Ben Jada. Our industry focus is at network security, secure communication systems, logistics, and enterprise network. Our commission is to provide a secure, scalable, and cost-effective VPN-based network security solutions that protect our organizational data and ensure reliable communication. For this section, I will talk about our organizational chart. For the CEO or for the project manager is Benjada. For technical, Muhammad Fatih Ali bin Muhammad Jadi. For the documentation is Chanzia. And for our second technical is Alif Hakimi bin Irman.
So next, this is the objective for the solution. The first is secure the inter-site communication, protect the sensitive data, and the PDRN compliance.
For this session, we're going to talk about our stakeholders. We have two key project stakeholders. First is internal, our Izzetana Guard Solutions. First one is Benjada, project management and lead consultant. Second one is Halif Hakimi, for our configurations and network design specialist. The third one, Fatih Ali, system testing and verification engineer. For the fourth one, Zir, technical documentation and handover specialist. For our external stakeholders is client, there is JNT Express. For the first one, Mr. Rahman, IT manager and client representative. For the second one, Mr. Tan, corporate management and decision maker. Okay, for this session, we're going to talk about RACI metrics for our governance setup. We have five tasks and five peoples that when we talk about and when we see a right corner is a notes. Project manager is Pesh Jada, test lead is Halif Hakimi, test lead is Fatih Ali, document lead for Chanzia, and client is Mr. Rahman and Mr. Tan. R is for responsible, A accountable, consultant, and I inform. For the VPN architect design, project manager is A, B, test lead C, document I, and client C. And for the firewall and IP config is project management is C, test lead is R, test lead is C, document I, client and I. For the testing and verifications, project manager is C, test lead C, test lead R, document lead I, client I. For the documentation and handover, project manager is C, test lead I, test lead I, document lead R, client I, and for the approval and sign off, project manager is I, test lead I, document I, and for the client is A.
For the deployment setup of network security service, it divided into four phase. Phase one is designing and planning. The date that we have done is around 16th of October until 24th of October 2025. Is about network architecture design, IPv6 VPN planning, and client approval. Next phase will be implementation and configurations. So the date will be 24th until 31st of October 2025 is about firewall rules configurations and IPsec tunnel setup on MikroTik routers. Third phase will be testing and verification. The date will be 33rd of November until 11th of November. So it is about tunnel status checks and connectivity and performance testing. So phase four will be about handover and documentation, which is around 11th of November until 20th of November. It is about network user manual network diagrams and project sign off.
Okay, hi, I am Alif Hakimi. I will talk about our compliance documentation. This section proves that our project follows the law and global rules. First, we follow the Malaysia's PDPA laws. This laws says we must protect the personal data by locking up JNT customers' data with strong encryption inside our tunnel. We make sure the data stays private and the company stays out of legal trouble. Second, we followed the NIST standard. This is basically the rule book for building secure VPNs. It guarantees that the security tools we pick are strong enough to meet the international standard. Okay, finally, we use the ISO 27001 guide. This standard helps us control exactly who can access the network, ensuring that only the right person can get in the system and the hackers are kept out. Thank you.
Okay, so this is the logical topology diagram I will set for the JNT Express. So we got the site A HQ and the site B branch. So site A got the admin and the user LAN, and the site B got the logistic and production LAN. So for the both of them, we will set the IP set site to site VPN tunnel in the router. So that means the router A to router B, they will encrypt the data from the router A and decrypt the data from the router the VPN gateway. So like the same thing, if the site B want to send the data to site A, will site B will go to the VPN gateway and encrypt the data, and then you go to the public IP, then you go to the VPN gateway in the site A, and then you decrypt the data and send to the site A part. So the next is physical topology I design in the packet tester. So the HQ in the Betaling Java, they are using the IP 192.166.1.0/24, and the site B branch Johor is 192.166.2.0/24. So both of them already assigned the IP for the each PC is device, so that if the site A is send the package to the site B, will site A PC will send to the ping the IP to the site B. They will go through the switch and router to encrypt the data in the router, and then you go through the modem and go to the internet, and you send the data to the site B router and decrypt data at here, and then the send to the destination device. So next is the configuration plan of the service. So in this section, I just explain how the VPN tunnel is monitored and what security control are implemented to ensure the secure communication. So the here we already give the like the process configuration and implement IPsec VPN solution. So we provide the three. The first is firewall rules. So we just allow the authorization subnet to between the site A and site B, and all outside traffic is blocked, and the last is VPN traffic, and we have to operate the IP rank, like just assign the one IP rank for the VPN traffic, or so the user connect the VPN, they will just connection between the two IP rank. So the next is the encrypted. So we're using the IPsec VPN solution. So yeah, the IPsec is the encryption. So that means is we're using the AS256 for the data confidential, and the SHA-256 for data integrity. So all intersect the traffic encrypted over the public IP. And the last is access control. This period you just define the prevented traffic, and all user VLAN can access the remote or source and authorize lateral movement. So
Next, we will talk about baseline security assessment. So it includes our assessment conduct before IPsec VPN implementation, identify unsecure data transmission over public internet, no encryption between site A and site B, limited access control and monitoring. So last one will be high risk of data interceptions and PDPM non-compliance. So in the slide, it is going to explain about um, implementing the IPsec VPN, and in this stage, communication between site A and site B was not encrypted and relied on the public internet access control. And the monitoring our limited, so which is expose the JNT logistic data and to interception risk and potential PDPA non-compliance. So in the assessment, it help us to identify the security gaps and justify the needs for a secure VPN solutions. So that's all for the slide. So now going to talk about risk assessment, which is known as risk formula. As we can see from the slide, risk is evaluated using formula. So the formula is likelihood times impact. So identifies potential security threats for IPsec VPN, help on prioritize critical risk and JNT to JNT Express supports decision making for security controls. So in the site, it show how we assess risk using the standard risk formula, which is likelihood multiplied by impact. Before the IPsec VPNs were implemented, the likelihood of data intercept as was high because the traffic was unencrypted, and the impact was so high due to sensitive logistic data. The risk assessment allowed us to identify and prioritize the most critical threats to needed to be mitigated. So as you can see, the data interception over public internet for likelihood is high, impact also high. Unauthorized access to internet systems, likelihood is medium, impact is high. For last one is service disruption due to network attacks is likelihood is medium, impact also medium. So that's all for the for risk assessment. So next will be risk mitigation strategies. So for in the slide, it show how mitigate the identified risk. We implemented multiple security controls, IPsec, VPN, encryption, data confidentiality and integrity. So for the firewall rules or and SCR restrict access to only authorized network. It has strong authentication period and authorized connections while monitoring the logging allows earlier detection or issue. So finally, the PDCA cycle ensure continuously improve security solutions.
So next, this is the before we implement the IP set, the data transfer to the site A to site B. That means the PC admins transfer to the PC PC inside B, and we try to ping it. You get the output like no any decrease or any encryption, no any secure. Is you just to see the whole thing in the package. And the next is after implement the IP set, send the IPC from the site A, send the package to site P. He can ping, but inside the package you can see they already changed the IP to the proper IP, and you see the ESP header. From here we can see they already encrypt the data and got some authentication, and here ESP data encrypted. So that's already make the communication in the secure. So thank you for later. I will pass to my team member to further the information for our IP set solution.
For the last one will be monitoring and process control. In the slide, it explain how monitoring and process control are implemented to maintain the service quality. For the IPsec tunnel is continuous monitor and alerts and trigger if the tunnel goes down. So for the firewall and VPN logs are revealed to detect abnormal activities to perform metrics and such as latency and uptime monitor, and the PDCA cycle is applied to ensure continuously improve and reliable operations.
So my name is Piata. So I am going to present our conclusion for our project. So we successfully to implement the IP set VPN solution in the JNT network security infrastructure. So we attach with the secure the encryption tunnel between the Pertaining Gyro HQ and the JB branch. So we are using the AES 257 to do the encryption and SHA 256 to do the authentication. So we are using the firewalls and the SSDs control. So this solution is effective to protect the sensitive customer shipment data from the intercept and unauthorized access over the public internet. So this is deployment also not only the compliant with the PDPA, NIST SP 800/77 and ISO or IEC 27001, but also provide the cost-effective and reliability security infrastructure. So we complete this project within 39 days and across the 4 structure paths. So this project demonstrates effective planning and successful executed and long-time reliability through continuous monitoring and improvement using the PDCA cycle. Thank you, madam.